Future State, The Flash, issue run, Robert Vietti writing with Dale Eaglesham on the art. So, to counteract all the positivity from Wonder Woman issue 1, here we go with Future State Flash. So, here's the thing. The one positive point I'm going to make, not about the issue, right? This is not about the issue itself. I want to be that clear, because I have nothing but bad things to say about this issue. Is that I don't think this is a big deal going forward in terms of The Flash, as like, in terms of present day The Flash stories. However, I can't imagine what idiot, whether it was the writer or an editor who said this is what this story is going to be. What idiot, after we had just fixed Wally and the one shot in Metal and then a little bit there in the issue 7, what idiot said, let's do a story in the future where Wally's been taken over by an evil entity and is killing Flashes? Yeah.
Oh, let's kill Jay by the end of this issue. Yeah, that's what we all.
And Bart.
Let's kill Bart at the beginning.
We start with Bart. We end with he's killed Wallace off panel before the issue started.
Yeah, this was just bad. I did not enjoy reading this whatsoever. Even the voice,
far from Eaglesham's best work too.
And it was wordy as well. It was really wordy.
So I knew that Eaglesham did the art, but as I'm reading, like, did he not finish? Because it didn't feel like Eaglesham.
It feels a bit rushed.
Yeah, and the voice of Barry I felt was completely off. Like, I just feel like sometimes people find something, like, and I feel like this has been true through, like, even through the Winter story arc, whereas it felt like they were writing him as Wally, right? But that's fine. That was the only thing. Here, though, they took, like, oh, he's a scientist, so now that's all he cares about. Yet, for me, what works about Barry is that he's like this emotional figure that the reason it's the Flash family is because he takes in people, right? Like, not in that Wonder Woman way that she's always trying to fix bad guys, but like there's always that care amongst them. And here it's almost like that's just out the window. And because Wally's evil, and I just
I mean, it's still a terrible idea because no one wants to read an evil Wally story right now. It's definitely clear as the issue goes on that there is something that's kind of taking over him, because later on we actually get like the good Wally's in the Speed Force talking to them as evil Wally's also there doing stuff. So
with different lettering as well, just to make it clear for us. So I do appreciate from a craft level.
Oh yeah, from a craft level, yeah. I mean, it's a readable issue in that sense. It's not like a complete mess of a, I
can always follow where things are. I think it's sometimes a little bit messy and overstuffed on a page, perhaps.
Overstuffed, yeah, but not like impossible. So the premise of this is that all the speedsters have lost their speed because Wally's stolen it from them, and to make up for it, they've basically armed themselves with weapons of the Rogues and various other Flash villains, and they're trying to steal the Thinker's cap from the Calculator, who currently has it, so they can basically telepathically go to Wally and try and save him that way.
Because they can't access their Speed Force, so that's all gone. Because of what Wally has done. And so they bust in with all of this stuff, which there's a lot of stuff here, like with Checkmate. If you look at that, there's some stuff to deal with Future State on there. Like there's a Suicide Squad. That's how I'll say that. on the lower thing with Peacemaker, and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. There's a lot of cool stuff here. And like the Calculator with the Thinker's cap, that's cool too. And then that's where it stops.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that none of us want to read issue 2 of this next month. I think we're all...
Not at all.
Yeah. Not even a chance.
What did the Calculator do that killed Bart?
Well, it wasn't Calculator. Well, was it Calculator? I thought it was just like some of their guys busting in.
No, he has something, because Bart has the Rainbow Raiders glasses, which allows him to ride on the rainbow, from Asgard. I'm drawing a blank right now.
He just pulls out. He literally pulls out what looks like a calculator and presses a button on it,
and it kills Bart. Which
it looks like it turns off the Bifrost, like it smashes behind him, and I don't know exactly.
And that was I was like, okay, and then you had stuff with Avery, and I was like, oh cool, Avery's here, and then the Global Guardian. So they talk about she's on the team with New Superman, but Wallace killed all of them too. Or Wally killed all of them. I'm just like, I'm not liking this, and not just because Wally's evil. It's just it's not being handled. Like, a lot of the things that you'd want to see are being handled off screen.
It's not a great comic on its own, but I think overshadowing even the writing of the comic is the fact that none of us remotely want a story about Wally being either, whether it's possession and evil entities infected him or whatever. It doesn't really matter what the reason is. None of us want an evil Wally story right now. None of us.
It's one of those things that would be fine in a vacuum, but given the last few years, it's just like just stop it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So basically they do their thing. They go and talk to him, but it ends up killing Jay, and the evil Wally entity, whatever it might be.
Well, it calls itself Famine, one of the Riders of the Apocalypse, which is another like interesting thing. But I just wish I cared about the rest of the story. You know, because
I mean, it ends with basically Barry in his narration saying, well, I guess I can't save Wally now, I have to stop him no matter what. And he's got all of the weapons from the villains, and that's kind of the end of the issue. I have no idea how this is going to end, and I'll never find out because I don't care.
I'm with you there.
I don't want it. I just don't want it. So we can scratch that off next month's week 1 list at the very least. What are you rating this, Matt?
This is easily a 2.
Whoa! Well, on a Matt scale, that's like a -4 in our scales.
Yep.
Matt has no in between, does he?
No. What are you giving it, Carter?
I'm gonna give it a 3. In that, like I said, I think that there are some things like the lettering that work. So on it succeeds on some levels. It's just the story and the writing is just not there.
This angered me.
Yeah, I mean the art's obviously not good Eaglesham art, but I mean I have very much set a standard for what I rate like a 2 out of 10 in art because it's got a name and it's JRJR. So on that sort of scale alone, thinking about it that way, I'll probably agree with Connor and go with like a 3. But yeah, not a good comic book, and it's not a great comic book on its own merit, but it's also just not good in the context of where it is and now and what the Flash has been recently. So no. But luckily though, this is not the dude who's taking over the ongoing book. I don't think so. But
with what we've seen in Solicit, they hint at the story about something possessing Wally, and I'm like, no.
Well,
please no.
If they want us not to read the Flash on the podcast, that's up to them to make it that way with stupid decisions like that.